We have our next question which says, given the dataset HE, so and we have this dataset which has variables U sub id, HE term, HE seek and HE dur, and it says the following SAS program is submitted and we have been given a data step, and the question is what will be the values for the variable hosp dur for the two subjects. So here in this data, it says we have two subjects. The one is the one which is ending with 27 and the second subject is ending with 46. Subject 27 and subject 46. And we have some hospitalization data for this subject. And for the first subject, there are four records, sequence 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for the second subject, we have 1 and 2. And the duration is given in the HEDUR variable, and there are some missing values in between for these two subjects. And let us take a look at the code which is given. So here they are trying to create a dataset named HOSP in work library, and then they have used a retain statement for HOSPDURD, which could be hospitalization duration, and then they are using this HE dataset as input, and by statement has been used on which uSubID variable has been specified. So it internally creates two variables for us, which is first.uSubID and last.uSubID whenever we specify by statement. And the code says if first.uSubID, then hosp durd is equal to 0. So for each first occurrence of each subject, they are trying to reset the value of HOSP durd to 0. And then there is an assignment statement which is adding HEDUR to HOSP durd variable and assigning it back to HOSP durd variable. And then we have this subsetting if statement which says if last.uSubID. So in the output dataset we'll have one record per each subject, and here in this case they are trying to write a piece of code which is to accumulate the HEDUR into a variable named as HOSP_DURD. So the question was to tell us the values for both the subjects present in HOSP_DURD variable. So let us try to evaluate this for the first subject. On the first subject, it says we on the first record HOSP_DURD would be set to 0, and then the value would be 0 plus 50. So when this statement is executed for the first subject on the first record, the value would be 50. So as they have specified HOSP_DURD on a retain statement, the value would be retained for the next observation, which is the second hospitalization. So on the second record, this does not meet the condition of if first.uSubID, so this would not be reset to 0. And then it directly goes to this HOSP_DURD assignment statement again, and it says the previous value was retained, which was 50 plus 0. Again, when this statement is being executed, HOSP_DURD has a value of 50, and then to which we are adding HEDUR. So on this record, the value is missing. So what happens when we add a missing value to another non-missing value in SAS? Addition or any arithmetic operation with missing values would result in a missing value. So when the second observation is processed, the value would be 0 in HOSP_DURD. On the third observation, again it would be missing plus 10. This would result in a value of missing again. And on the fourth observation, it would result in a value of 5 plus missing. Again, it would result in a missing value. So for the first subject, after all the records are processed, the value in HOSP_DURD is missing. So now we have identified the value which is coming for the first subject. It seemed to be missing. So let us also try to evaluate it for the second subject. So on the first record of the second subject, this condition becomes true. So HOSP_DURD would be 0. And when this statement is executed for the first record of the second subject, it would be 9 plus 0, which would be 9. Again, when the next record is processed, as we have applied retain for HOSP DURD, the value would be 9 then. And then when this statement is executed for the second observation, 9 plus missing. So the resulting value would be missing. So the correct answer seems to be missing and missing for both the subjects in HOSP DURD. So let us check if our answer is correct or not. It says our response is correct.